Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Mercury Conjunct one's natal midheaven. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve Mercury, it can be about being what we're being objective with, communication, thinking, learning, processing, and assimilating information. Now, when we have the transit of Mercury conjunct one's natal midheaven, this could manifest in being objective, more communicative, thinking, learning, perhaps more about the dominant parent. Say if this is in Scorpio, this could be finding out, why a dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be very mysterious, secretive. Maybe there's even, so the person might be even a little bit vengeful, or whatever Scorpio qualities the person may be embodying. In some cases, it might be a Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, though. But also, too, this could be about being objective about really, one's career, their stature in life, where they are right now, and as far as how they stand up to other people. Could there be more being done in terms of elevating one's stature in life, or one's career? It could be a time to, as far as the midheaven goes, it's connected with a reputation and public image. I mean, if you have this, say, in Sagittarius, it could be where we're talking more about what we have a reputation for, or what we want to strive for in terms of our reputation. In Sagittarius, for example, it could be being jocular, expansive, jovial, optimistic, upbeat. I mean, in many cases, if somebody has a Sagittarius midheaven, of course, their rising sign would be Pisces, and Pisces is just almost, it could really be, not quite the opposite, but Pisces is more pessimistic because it's a feminine sign, but you may still be striving to have a public image that could be Sagittarius-like, and be talking about it, and really in doing things where you might be writing about it or communicating regarding this. Now, the midheaven is also associated with authority, the attaining a position of authority, and also authority figures. So this could be a time where you might be doing more in communication regarding authority figures, maybe attaining a position of authority. If you've been in a subordinate or subservient position for a prolonged period of time, it could be that time where you might be striving to get to that level. I mean, if this is, say, if this is in Capricorn, it could be like some business management position, or being, something in accounting. You could maybe do something where you have your own business. You may have people, decide to work under you, or, another, example, if it's in Pisces, you might be doing something like you're working at some psychic place, or if you have some mediumistic qualities, and have people be working under you. If you're like an anesthesiologist, you might be, maybe that if it's possible or attainable, you might be, the head anesthesiologist. I'm not really sure how that actually goes, if you could have people working under you as far as that goes, but you understand what I'm saying. You get the general idea. If there's like a chemistry firm, you might be the leader of it, and or be talking or contemplating being the leader of it, thinking about this, and have people under you. It's also about midheads. Also could be about being really objective about responsibilities, and about what's actually the responsibilities that you need to take care of, prioritizing them perhaps. If there's somebody else that you've had to take care of for some time, this could be a time where you might be really assessing and evaluating this, and trying to make a decision over what, either if this should take precedence over this, or what have you. Do I need to be responsible for myself more, or is it going to be about other people? I mean, if this is an Aquarius, you might be, show a lot of altruism, selflessness, and responsibilities. You may be helping and doing a lot for other people, and you may be deciding, well, this time I might need to reduce that workload as far as responsibilities for others go. It could be, and Pisces could be very similar, because Pisces energy could be altruistic as well and very self-sacrificing. So and also matters being thinking about matters with perhaps recognition and notoriety at this time. If you feel that you haven't really received the accolades or attention for what you may be doing, this could be the time when you may be speaking out about it, or you may simply try to do something that might gain a little bit more recognition for your work. If there's a book that you've been writing, and you're about, you feel like you can get some attention for this and get this word out there, whatever it is you're writing about in the book, it could be an ideal time. Remember, when you have transit Mercury conjunct your natal midheaven, it's going to transition out of the 9th house, publishing, into the 10th house of career. So when the transit begins, it starts in the 9th and culminates in the 10th house. So that could be an ideal opportunity to be able to get something published, and then get some, perhaps, and then when it's the 10th house, get that notoriety and acclaim for it. I mean, if it's in, going back to the zodiac sign Aquarius, if it's in Aquarius, for example, it could be something connected with astrology or astronomy, aerospace, computers, electronics, innovation, new technology. And two, this is another thing where, the midheaven can also be about older people. So it could reflect at this time when you have this transit, you might find yourself doing more communication with older people at this time, and maybe they're more in your thoughts at this time, more so than usual. Learning about older people, maybe to get an understanding of yourself when you do reach an older age, if you haven't already attained that. And the midheaven is something where it could be about that side that you really can't, conceal or hide, that you can't really suppress. And the thing about this is, you might be speaking more about this, being more vocal and voluble regarding that side. I have my midheaven in Aquarius, so in some cases it could be like a bizarre or eccentric or idiosyncratic energy, maybe that's coming out of me, that I might not be able to hide, maybe even an aloof side, a reputation for being aloof, that you really can't, that might be very hard to suppress. And if it's in Gemini, your midheaven, it could be a very whimsical, restless, or mercurial, even vacillating side that you may not be able to hold back. In some cases, it could be two-faced energy in some isolated cases. The thing about it is to remember that Mercury is not just about communication and processing information and writing, being objective. It could also be connected with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. And these people may figure more prominently for you in getting exposure or recognition, notoriety, even maybe more responsibilities. It could be, say, if it's in Capricorn, it could be something with government work or politics, if you're doing any lobbying, or you're trying to maybe promote, maybe a politician in the area, or you're going around, maybe they're playing a role, you going around walking with a sign up trying to promote a politician and get them exposure or votes or what have you. If this is in Aquarius, going back to zodiac sign Aquarius, it could be about where maybe siblings, cousins, neighbors might be playing more of a role in you in terms of responsibilities, where you express a lot of selfless and altruistic energy. And also Mercury can be associated with short journeys. So it can be where you may be taking more short journeys. The fact that it's conjoining, it's contacting the midheaven, it could be matters pertaining to your business, your career. It could be associated with the elderly. if you're going and also in these journeys, say if it's in Pisces, these short journeys may be somewhat maybe convoluted, or if it's in Gemini, it might be manifold short journeys. Um, in Aries, for example, it might be ones that where you're very impatient as well. And hold on a moment. And anatomically speaking, Mercury is associated with the hands, the arms, lungs, breathing, and eyesight, even the brain. If you've been experiencing any problems with these matters, this is a time if you've suppressed it or you've held back, you might be more inclined to go out publicly with this, whether you might be just posting on Facebook or some social media site if it's something you've concealed for some time. And also, too, remember that these are being given that the midheaven is associated with the dominant parent, authority figures, older people. You might find these people may be more loquacious, more so than usual. If it's in Gemini, it might be people talking about a multitude of subjects, darting from one subject to another. And another thing is that something Mercury related, something mercurial, may gain some notoriety and recognition. It could be something with writing or journalism or some other communication field like satellite or data communications. Could even be doing something with the hands, whether it might be juggling or something that requires dexterity like auto or refrigeration mechanics. This could be something too where if it's and also Mercury being associated with analysis, say if this is in Pisces, for example, it could be connected perhaps with some kind of chemical analysis, or if it's in Virgo, maybe the extrapolation of data. And you might find yourself more it could manifest in you writing more about your career accomplishments at this time and where you want to go in terms of your career, your stature in life, where you stack up with others. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.